This is Judge Joe Brown, and we're listening to We All Be News, News-Free Dixie for the 21st century.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful edutainment edition of the Artivist Presents We All Be News and Radio. I'm your host for the Empowerment Hour, R2C2H2, the Artivist. And welcome back again. We've got a very wonderful and great show for you today. Of course, we're going to have the Honorable Brother GREgory on with us to talk about what's going on in the world today, his take on that, and to offer his food for thought so you can get some food for yourself to empower yourself with. Because information is the true currency of the universe. Because as we all know, that August is Black History Month. It's Black August Month. It's Black August Month all day, every day on We All Be Radio. Feel free to access the archives online at blogtalkradio.com/WeAllBe. That's one word, We All Be. Once again, that's blogtalkradio.com/WeAllBe. To hear some more great stuff from history makers and also hidden history, as we all know, is all around us. So be aware of those things as well. But please feel free to listen to today's show. Make sure you have pen and paper handy, and also tell a friend, because we're about to really dig into some interesting things going on in the world today. And we know that this guy is a very special man. He needs no really true introduction. Brother GREgory, are you there?
I'm here, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you. It's an honor to have you on, sir. How you doing today?
I am fantastic and getting better.
Yes, sir. Let me ask you things. I believe, and a lot of us believe, that August is the real Black History Month for all the, regions. As we all know, in a couple of weeks from now, the March on Washington, the commemorative March on Washington will be taking place in D.C., and you actually was a part of that march, correct, sir?
Yes, I was there.
And I want to get your take. I saw the footage of you doing your little stand-up shit for the march. You got a 32-second clip online that people can view of you doing some of your stand-up during the march. You had a younger version of Ozzie Davis behind you. But a lot of people will come. It's amazing that you still retain that same fire that you had about 50 years ago.
Well, it's first, it's something you love. You wanted to die for. I mean, the effect that movement had, not just King, the movement. Mm-hmm. When you watch people, you look at this one footage I was looking at with it. You see, it wasn't one cop, and we talk about police brutality. You're talking about how many cops was in that cop car, right?
Yes, sir.
Here we talking about cops that was getting ready for us a week before we got there. They'd bring them in from New York and put them in civilian clothes and let them infiltrate your line so they could throw a brick, and everybody would assume that was one of your marches. So what we would do, we would sing Christian church songs before we saw it. See, there was more than just the big marches. There was marches that was going on every day, and training going on.
That's right.
So when we would start singing, "We Shall Overcome," they was ready for that one. We started saying, just like the tree that's planted by the water. They couldn't sing that. So then we know those was cops or FBI agents. So what you can do, you can't tell them they can't march. So you put your people around them. And when they reach for that brick or that gun or that knife, you grab them. And so, they would look for a reason. You know what it's like? At 4 o'clock in the morning, when Dr. King gets a call and say, "Nigga, we're going to blow your house up in 5 minutes." And you know they mean it. You and your children, your wife is in that house, and you can't call nobody because the people you normally would call, they're probably the ones that made the call.
Wow.
You can't go out the house because they might be right there laying in the bushes. So you run and you pick up. I want you to be two people for me now. You are Dr. King, Coretta, and you got this strange look on your face because you know you might die tonight, you know. And then you get to thinking, man, it would be better when I'm out there marching to get shot from a rooftop than have my house blown up. And I can't run out. There's nobody with us, just us. Now I want you to be the child. You see your mother and father every day. You see a strange look on their face that you never seen before. You don't know what it is. You're a little child. And so that thing is burnt in your face. It's so stunning you can't even ask. You almost can't even cry. So where do they go? They go to the closet? That's going to blow up too. So you sit there and you pray. And you pray. And you keep waiting. And you keep waiting. And you call some folks now because you're waiting. And then all at once, there's 50 people surrounding your house, your friends, willing to die with you. Huh? Now, to see that one time, the most horrible thing in the world, man, if somebody throw a bomb in the house, man, and the house catch on fire, you can't call the fire people because they in on it.
Yes, sir.
Easily in on it. You ain't got nobody to warn you because there weren't no Negroes. Except the Negroes they had close in the Negro neighborhood. We had friends of black folks that was state troopers, but they wasn't hired because they were black. They thought they was white. And they would have little ways of telling us things. But you came there if you were from out of town. See, I brought a certain type of thing to Mississippi.
That's right.
I brought a northern fear. See, Mississippi was the whooping boy or girl to the northerners. We always justified us taking this punk, cheap stuff from white folks. Because, thank God, we're not in Mississippi. Oh, we can see the Emmett Tills now. But we don't see the stuff they spray in the neighborhood. Neighborhood. Black folks don't know they don't live in a community. A community is where you control your cops, you control your banks, you control your finance, you control your education, you control your medicine, your schools, to this and that. And then all at once you got to read one day the experiments they was doing on black women and men in North Carolina where they didn't give them painkiller. You knew something was wrong, and now they're going to sit here, some sophisticated white folks, black folks that don't even know what the hell's going on, and wonder why you don't give your child a flu shot. Are you crazy? We hear, you see, when you peacefully coexist with filth, if you walk into a gorilla's cage, the surprise if the gorilla don't grab you. The biggest thing we had in the news last week was snakes crawled through the wall of the panel and killed 2 children, Well, nobody got upset from the standpoint of other than children. God, what a horrible death. You expect that out of snakes. The problem is when you get into that, all snakes is not poison. All snakes won't kill you. So you get used to hearing the bad stuff about a snake and anything look like a snake. You get used to seeing them white folks, that bitterness and that hatred. And it never dawned on you that this whole planet wouldn't be the same in its glory had it not been for John Brown, the white man.
That's right.
And so, consequently, when you go back to there, if you're not on the front line, you really don't know. To see them old black women, man, marching. Cops coming over with not just their guns, their rifles, pitchforks, man. See something in your pocket, you assume it's dynamite. And mixed in with them is the Justice Department boys that Kennedy sent down. How many did he send down? 2 or 3? Where the rest of them come from? They're from the area. Racist, evil, some of them Klansmen, and you sent them down to help me? Then after we finished the march on from Selma to Montgomery, we was all running back to the airport, not scared running, just running back to get back to what we had to do. Some of us had chartered planes to fly in. And then once the word comes, Mrs. Louisa from Detroit, she's just been shot dead. And then we find out the little ignorant rednecks that's in the car, there was 2 FBI agents in there with them. And you can't do nothing about it because their argument all the way down from Washington, they're undercover cops. All they can do. So that's why it took so long. And then when Medgar Evers was assassinated, and they caught the guy, he had no money. He couldn't get no lawyer. And it got to the point they said, well, man, we tired of the world seeing America. This is the boys of Washington in this bad light, huh? So at least let's give him a trial and let the jury find him not guilty. Not America. Well, he had no money. So Jack Kennedy, President of the United States, all the land in the world that the government could buy to build a post office on, they bought Della Beckwith's land for $50,000, and that's where he got the money to go into court and defend himself. And so when you out there with another cause, it's another cause. When you're in the military and the captain say, take that hill, as bad as it is with that firefight coming down there, at least you got buddies with you that's fighting back, huh?
Yes, sir.
Trained, huh? Have you been looking at that news where the American soldiers raped 26,000 men and women in the military? Huh? But you take animals to do an animal job. Call them patriotism, call them whatever you want. And so then you ask this question, if they doing this to each other, they're doing this to white women in the military, huh? Black women in the military, what are they doing in Hanoi to them women who they hate, angry because they got to be over there? What are they doing to them that they get by with because they got carte blanche? They're not but animals. We fighting them. And so once you really do it like that for so long, then you in the barracks drunk, singing your little songs, and see that man over there that come up, look a little bit like a woman. Let's grab him. The difference is, after we grabbed him, we didn't kill him. I'm sure they killed a lot of them. What are they doing in Vietnam and Kuwait, they kill them after they get through.
Mm.
So can't nobody even tell. So America don't even have to go through the simulations of a trial.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you look at that atmosphere where Senator Eastland and Senator Stennis, the two senators from Mississippi, after we started bringing people in and the church, that black church, we started registering people to vote. And they knew something. Oh, people want votes, and they got to vote to be president one day. You know why they said that? Because they lived around me. They lived around me. Even when I was a slave, I lived on the property, man. When my mama was the cook in the big house, my daddy was the handyman. When they was in that house fixing stuff up for the big white boys party, you think they had 2 toilets they went to in the white man's house? You think they had 2 water fountains? and the fear. God, it's almost gone off the faces now, but you can look at some of them old Mississippi. Even with PhDs, you can see fear, that fear on the face, because fear is a violation of God. Soldiers go to the front, they give them drugs. Why you think they come back drug addicts? They in a foreign country fighting somebody that they don't like and they don't like you, and yet still you can still cultivate a drug route? Brilliant movie just came out with Denzel. 2 Guns. And it shows like yours that's forcing them to do that now because Hollywood and NBC and CBS, you see where they sold the Washington Post the other day?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes.
Did you see it 2 days before that they sold the Boston Globe?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
New York Times bought the Boston Globe, 10 years ago for $2.5 billion and sold it for $200 million.
It was 200. Oh, wow. Okay.
Huh?
I thought it was 70 million. It wasn't 70 million. It was 200 million. The Boston Globe.
Oh, it might have been. I'm talking about
John Henry of the Red Sox, the owner.
Yeah, but I mean, after they put all the pieces together, they owned a whole lot of stuff other than that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like the Washington Post,
Now they went for $250, right? They went for the Washington Post went for $250 million to the founder of Amazon.
Yeah,
is that correct? Okay.
Yeah. And so it's over, and it's over because of these type of shows. They got white folks on these type of shows, black folks. These voices you hear, they never heard. I never had an alternative to eat anything but noodles. So I never had choices. They gave me NBC, CBS, and ABC, and they never showed a lynching. And now this social network out here is popping so strong, including Russ Limbaugh and them. The NBC, CBS, and ABC didn't have to compete against white folks talking every day to that group of white folks. That's why you have a different atmosphere now. Because before them thugs came on, you see, we used to rednecks looking like rednecks. Can't read, can't write. We're not used to them looking like Hannity. We're not used to them sitting down and drugged up. And so consequently, that white person got something to eat for their mind, for their soul, that they never had before. I can look at Russ Limbaugh and them and then turn on a basketball game, And so consequently, that's why you got a different type of thug out there because he's getting his food from somebody. Even when you was in the Klan, you hid. You knew you was doing something wrong. That's why you hid your face. They don't have to hide now. And so, but a white America don't understand. Once you do it to me for a long time, you feel free to do it to anybody. Anybody. And so consequently, you get these movies that comes out now, and Two Guns is about how the CIA gets a percentage of the drug money from all over the world, and they enforce it.
Right. That's it.
Now we never could look at something like that. I mean, we knew it, but you say it, and but when you're sitting there looking at the movie, and seeing it, and feeling it,
That's it.
And so, did I ever think I'd live to see the day I'll be looking at the History Channel? And the History Channel, an hour and a half special on FDR, hooked to cocaine.
Right.
It was so high the day of we entered World War II, he was so drugged out, his wife had to make the announcement. And then come right back behind that and do an hour and a half special of Eleanor Roosevelt being a lesbian.
Right. Yeah.
And then showed the pictures of the woman. This one woman who turned her out, man, and made her do social things. Brought her in the White House, had all, well, you know, there's certain people that knew it, but a whole lot of people didn't know it. But they're trying to compete so they can stay there. Oprah Winfrey, that's a test show she has. A test show because the networks is trying to see if something like this could make it, because we got to get into that quickly.
Right.
You know, it's one thing to have one show for an hour. It's another thing, man, when you're a network and you got to produce shows round the clock, 24 hours. And people ain't looking. Do you know, my grandchildren was telling me, Skittles. And what else did he buy?
Skittles?
Yeah.
I mean, they buy the video games. A lot of people love video games. Tennis shoes, Nikes and Jordans.
No. I'm saying, what did Trayvon buy when he went to
Trayvon, sorry. Skittles and Arizona iced tea. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm getting off topic.
Do you know the story about Skittles and Arizona iced tea?
I heard you use it to make a thing called lean, along with you use Robitussin, mix it with iced tea and Skittles.
And they do what? My grandmother don't know what you're talking about. What they do what?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I'm asking you, when they mix it, what they mix it for?
To make some type of concoction called lean. They call it. They use, I guess, Robitussin with the.
Yeah, but my grandmother, you still haven't told her. My grandmother used rubber telephone.
Yes, sir.
What they mix it to do what? To get high.
To get high, yes, sir. To get high.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know that until one of my grandchildren told me, 6 years old. And then the other one said, if you mix it with Mountain Dew, it's even better.
Yeah, 6 years old. Wow.
They know it all. They don't have to look. When I was born, there was no television.
Yes, sir.
Just radio. You know how stupid you got to be to listen to a tap dancer on the radio?
Yeah. Wow.
So let's say you have a 6-year-old son, 8-year-old daughter, and a 3-year-old son. And they turn it on TV. They're looking at NBC, right? And now they're trying to change another channel to get to CBS, but in the process, they pass the pornography channel. You think they not going to look at that?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Curiosity, yes.
God, man, I didn't see a naked woman because the folks in the house, your mother, they here. They would never let a child see them naked. Because what you're saying is I have fouled up God's body so bad it ain't fit for decent people to see. That's scary.
That's right.
And so consequently, that's what's happening now with television. Multi-trillion-dollar industry, huh? And so now they got to deep down or just to try to hold some people we got. NBC was for sale. Bill Cosby said, I want to buy NBC. Well, he had the money and the clout. But he didn't understand white supremacy. See, once you get past the front, there's some little ignorant redneck crackers that can't read or write. Do not determine public policy. But we went for that. Why not? We ain't got nothing else to do. No, the people determine public policies. Walmart, NBC, CBS, huh? Sears and Roebuck, huh?
Yes, sir.
They determine public policy. The reason the slaves could escape, and when the sheriff would catch them, nigga, where you going? I'm going north. Why? Boss, Captain Kachipi set me free. You got the letter? He showed him the letter. Oh, you better be glad. We'll take you back in them bushes and kill you. Joshua, I deserve to be killed. Nobody's supposed to run away. And you left. Why? He knew the sheriff couldn't read or write. All he got to do is take a letter out the white man's house. And show it to him. And don't act scared.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've been waiting. I've been waiting 4 years for him. He told me he was going to set me free. Hear what they told me.
Okay.
They said, if you have 1 30-second Negro blood in you, you what?
You black. You Negro.
Okay, now think about this. Repeat that to me. What they say, if you have what?
1 30-second blood in you.
Do you know what that ignorant thug was telling you? If I stand you here, I got to get 32 white folks to equal one of you. That's what they were saying. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Huh? That's what they were saying. And we didn't hear it. We were so busy thinking that was a put down because they taught me Negro blood, there was something wrong with it.
That's deep, Brother Gregory. That is really deep.
But he said, you got a Rolls Royce in order for me to equal the money you spent. I'd have to have me 42 shippies. That's God. When God say, I created you, not Hitler, not some folks so corrupt, they should be running around in a jungle. And when they can intimidate you, and I'm your mother and father, and you have nerve enough to be scared and talk about you love me, the same universal God that created the Germans created the Jews. The same universal God that created the slave master. These white folks are not talking about stand your ground. Black folks don't like stand your ground. We invented stand your ground in the 1960 civil rights movement. They came with guns and the police and the government on their side, and we didn't move. You talking about stand your ground. No gun. Just a loving spirit. And willing to erase. You see, there is a universal God. I'm not talking about this one we talking about.
Yes, sir.
You know, the dinosaur been gone 2 billion years, minimum, right? The dinosaur.
Yes, sir.
There was no church back then. So it wasn't the Baptist church or the Catholic church or the Pope, huh?
Yes, sir.
A bunch of thuggish men gonna pick you, huh? And make everybody think you sit at the right hand of God. Oh, excuse me, that little boy right there. Yeah, the 7-year. Bring him to me for dinner. That God? And you still go to that church?
That's right.
Huh? God say if I don't behave myself, say God is a jealous God. Yeah, I imagine the Pope is. But how are you going to tell me that jealousy is a violation but tell me God is jealous, huh? I mean, are you crazy? Fear God. I got 10 children, man. And my 10 children that fear me, y'all would know I'm crazy. Fear? Oh, good daddy. Gambler, hustler. And yet she couldn't burn me, but you're going to tell me God can? And y'all buy into that crap? A God that tells me to forgive, but that God can't forgive, then I should have enough sense to know that ain't no real God. That's something this thug created. And then perfected it. Back in the old days, your daddy was king of the territory. And every 7 years he comes up for rededication. Well, how do I prove that God picked your father? There's a ritual, man. A ritual. The Christmas ritual started the day after Christmas. Get ready for that. You think they make them toys in a month?
Oh, yeah.
They got to go to the bank and borrow money. They got to make sure the warehouse is...
That's a big operation.
The whole thing. Now watch this now. So now they said, okay, here's how we're going to do this. This is your dad now. We on his side. Huh? We one religion. There's some other groups that once he comes up out of that. And so for a month, the ritual starts. This is the 7th year. Got to be up for rededication. So they build the pit, man. They build the big pit, the pit. Then they put all in it, man, so they could make it smoke and vapor come out. And the whole town come out. You go to one of them Baptist churches, man, them old black women, authorized, throw their crutches down, man, and dig all the way around that church. Something inspired me and wiped the fear away for a few minutes. And now, my cousin really hates your daddy religion, but they go get him, and he's the one that got to bring the poison snake. And my wife brings the chicken, and the snake bites the chicken take 2 steps and fall dead, and we throw that snake in there where your dad is. And the people just scream and holler, and they cry, And then somebody else bring a snake. Your dad is down there, man, there's smoke and stuff coming out. And the drums are beating, man, and nobody hear anything, and the people are praying. And then after that 7th day, he emerges out of that pit, and nobody questioned, did God pick him? What you don't know is a month before the ritual started, he started eating garlic. Garlic repels all poison. All poison. And so then the trickery happens. Then you perfect the trickery, and you perfect it, and you perfect it. holy cross. Huh? How'd that go? How'd the cross get holy? The Romans was using the cross. The Christianity didn't happen to 200 years after Jesus Christ was dead. So when did it become Christian cross? They used that to kill certain criminals. In Texas, if you murder 20 children, that's a capital crime, so they give you what? They give you a lethal injection, right?
Yes, sir.
Here's another state to give you electric chair, right? And so the state kills you to say that something happened that was so hideous. This is what you're getting. Now, back then, they didn't have radio, TV, or shows like this here, newspapers. The Christian cross was 1,000 years old before Jesus. They used it to execute revolutionists. So if you go back to them days, wasn't no trains, wasn't no newspaper, no radio, no TV. So we walked. And Jesus Christ had never moved within 300 miles of where he was born. And so, if I'm executed for being a revolutionist, you never heard of me. You know, because I'm hanging on the cross. That's why they kept me there for 3 days. So y'all in the village could see it. You had to pass by there to go and get water, to visit Grandma. And you tell the children, say he's a enemy of the state. He's trying to overthrow the government. So you and your children and your family would never want to be a revolutionist because you see what happens to them. Okay?
Right.
Now, follow this now. The cross is what they use to execute who?
Jesus.
Revolutionists, right?
Right.
So what was them two thieves doing up there? They not revolutionists. Huh? Why were the two thieves up there? That wasn't fighting to liberate nobody. Huh? See what happens? But it's hard to break through something that's been going on for X amount of years.
Yes, sir.
Thou shalt not kill. I heard that before. I heard about Marines and the Air Force and the Navy. Thou shalt not kill. So now I'm over on the front line, but my brain don't deal the way you think it deals.
Oh, well, Brother Greg, all the stuff you're saying is interesting because people in the chat room, you are really inspiring people to talk about what you're saying. Like, it's kind of related to Trayvon Martin as a sacrificial lamb because people are talking about that Trayvon was a blood sacrifice. He was a ritual sacrifice.
Hold. Don't skip there.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So now, that's revolution. Those of us that's informed, we shocked that King was able to do what he did. See, King's mother and father was Republicans, you know that.
Yes, sir.
King was a Republican. Mom and Daddy was conservative Republicans, huh?
Yes, sir.
Grandmother and grandfather was right-wing conservative Republicans. Huh?
Oh, wow.
So if he come up in the atmosphere with conservative and not liberation, how did he do that? That's when you know there's a universe somewhere. Did you hear me?
Yes, sir.
They didn't have no problem with Negroes there. Go see Daddy King, huh? How was he able to do that? Huh? When the atmosphere you grew up in, huh? Boy, he had to be careful with his revolutionary theology because he didn't want to embarrass and hurt grandma and grandpa. Somewhere. The great part about that story, I mean, is hope for all of us. If you didn't go to school and can't read or write, that means you can't come up with inventions. Because your brain didn't come from Harvard or Yale. How did they plot the universe with no Harvards and no Yales and no schools? How did they plot that? How did they learn that? And one day when you find out the brain is not controlled by you, it's here to help you. I broke my leg. I got a crutch. But that crutch don't tell me where to go. My brain tells me. Crutch helps me get there because something happened. And so when you stop and think about, when you say to your child, see, children don't hear what you mean, they hear what you say.
That's right.
When you say to a black child, you got to be twice as smart as a white person. You know what you just told their brain? I'm dumb. That's what that means to a child. Huh?
That's right.
I'm dumb. You got to pay twice as more. That makes me think you tell me the white boy got money, got rich. Huh? No, it's thief. You got to be, and now they got tests. Now they have tests. That's why the problem with Negroes not being able to make it, we listen to shows like this and shows across the country and listen to people telling us that's not qualified. That's not qualified. What do you mean? Theater, huh? My son came to me, my oldest, and said, Dad called me and said, you got to help me, Dad. I'm hooked to crack. I said, I can't help you. I ain't never smoked a reef, and please don't call your mother. She never drank a beer. He said, Dad, you go all over the world helping people. I said, son, stop the bull. If a doctor would have told you you had a brain tumor, you wouldn't have called Pop to come to Dallas and cut your head open, huh? Who would you call? The insurance company don't pay for your Pop cutting your head open. The brain surgeon, huh?
That's right.
We sitting out here wanting to help something we didn't create and don't know what to do. When Napoleon had the mightiest army in the history of the planet, huh?
Yes, sir.
Went into Haiti and got destroyed, huh? And the French people said, wait, we got to find out what this is. And Napoleon said, let me check. You don't qualify, boy. You trained to be a killer. You trained to be an animal. We sending our scientists in, huh? The one that goes to the best restaurants and the best dining and live in the best areas, and they under no pressure, and they went in. And they said, wow. They gave their report, huh? Wow. Said, how'd they do it? Say, voodoo. Voodoo's a French word. You know what it means? Spiritual atom. You can't see a spirit and you can't see an atom. They dealt with it before, but they never saw that type of destruction. All they had was bamboo and took some spoons and sharpened them and beat up the mightiest army. The French called it voodoo. The Africans been calling it Uncle Tom. Huh? That's what an Uncle Tom is. The women have it, but we're so sexist and racist. If we still second rate, you imagine what it was like then, so they didn't see women as being having that. I don't see that black woman can get angry with me, my wife, my girlfriend, and take a butter knife and cut the tires down to the rim. I keep missing that. There's not another woman on the planet that can cut the tire rims off your truck, and them tires got a 20-year guarantee. Now, living with black women, we know there is no special book they read. We know they don't slip out the house and practice how to do it.
That's right.
There's something that comes over them when you push that button. We know that a woman can jack her car up to change her tires, and the phone rings and she goes to the phone, and the little 2-year-old had walked out in the garage and he's messing around playing because he saw Mama there in the car fall off them blocks and fall on him. And she hear him crying, and she runs out there and lift that car up. Huh?
That's right.
Lift that car up. And so it's the whole thing. This woman that got pregnant, she's married. White woman hated she's pregnant. Oh, God, she didn't want to be pregnant, huh? How could you do this to me? Huh? A little boy, she loved it. All mothers do. That's why every now and then a mother will slip and say, "This is my child." Oh my God, what did I just say? Now watch this now. So she has another baby. She mad again. She's pregnant. A whole lot of mothers like that. After once the baby born, they in love. So she angry, and she's changing the baby diaper. And the first son was 4 years old now. Is watching her, you know. And you see the penis. Mommy, what's that? Oh, that's God's mistake. They don't hear what you mean. They hear what you say.
That's right.
And every time he had asked her that, she would say, that's God's mistake. So one day she was changing the diaper, and the phone rang, and she went to answer the phone and just told her how the baby's laying on. She said, watch your brother Johnny. And he heard Johnny scream and holler, and she ran in that room. And that boy had took scissors and cut his penis off, cut off God's mistake, huh? They heard you say that's God's mistake. So I'm going to help Mommy out. When he heard that boy and saw the blood, he ran out in the garage and hid under the car. He runs the phone and called the doctor and said, bring him in. We don't have time to send an ambulance. Bring him in. She called for Johnny. She ain't got time. She jumped in the car and backed that car up and run over Johnny and killed him. And the baby died. Huh? Wow. That's God's mistake, huh? They hear what you say, not what you mean. That's the universe, huh? And so consequently, I used to hear the old black folks saying, you know, there's some black folks in Africa that white folks dare not touch. And they say, yeah, they can turn into gorillas and elephants. And I didn't know that Uncle Tom is a shapeshifter. That's what the movie Men in Black was about. Shape-shifting black, because can't nobody do it but black folks. And so when you stop and think about a tomboy is a tough girl, a tomcat is a tough cat, why when it comes my turn it becomes weak, huh? My turn. Instead of listening, you can't listen when you're scared, you can't listen when you're embarrassed, huh? You can't listen when you're ashamed. Tomboy. And so, when I'm embarrassed, when I'm ashamed, I didn't hear. I was here looking at it, but I didn't see it. No slave up until us. ever broke their chains within 5,000 years of they being in bondage. Read your Bibles. How long were they slaves? How come they couldn't keep me 300 years? Because with this dumb, ignorant thug thought he was stealing a worker, he was stealing a scientist. A scientist. I'm no worker. I built the pyramids, sucker. Huh?
That's right.
All the great things you have in your punk universe, universities and colleges, I created that. Huh? These ain't wolf tickets. It sound like wolf tickets when you've been lied to for so long. Trace astronomy back to me. Huh? The Big Dip and Little Dip, I planned it. I plotted all of that, failed it, and now you using it in your great institutions like it's something you created. Africa, look at it, oh my God, look at them, they're number heathens. Go to Rome and look at those great buildings. Boy, we was the architect for that. Yep. And so when you hear and listen and hear, there's something that comes over me at a certain time. Comes over me. And so if you're looking at Trayvon, let me deviate for a minute. Are you aware that last Thursday was the president's birthday?
Yes, sir.
And he didn't have a party. They took him off to Camp David by himself. Because they shot down 2 F-16 Falcons on their way to the White House to bomb it.
You said that they sent 2 F-16 fighters to bomb the White House on Obama's birthday?
Yeah, I know that. They probably didn't care about his birthday.
It just so happened it had to be on his birthday. They were going to send all those bombers to kill him?
Well, they, if you look up on your computer the Baltimore Sun, here's how they said it. Jet pilot survived mid-air collision.
Oh, wow.
One D.C. Air National Guard pilot able to fly back to Andrews. Second rescued by Coast Guard after ejection from F-16 Falcon, huh? It wasn't about that. And then if you Google and punch up, you see 2 military, not National Guard, F-16s was shot down on their way to bomb the White House. It was last week.
Wow.
D.C. police, as we talk, is still on a 16 hours a day work shift. They say it ain't over yet. So that's America. America. They mad at Russia now because they let the brother stay there. What we're going to find out is China and Russia stole that stuff and the heat was getting on, so they gave it to him.
Oh, my God. So he's a patsy?
Huh?
You said Snowden is a patsy? He's a pawn?
You ain't a patsy when they paying you big bucks.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
All right.
So they ain't mad at Russia and China. They're mad at him. Okay. And so consequently, But are you aware, I don't know if I mentioned this, or you can Google it.
Mm-hmm.
Were you aware that Senator John McCain was sentenced to die by a military court in front of a firing squad? Did you know that?
I know that you talk about him being a traitor. I didn't know he was actually sentenced to die for being a traitor.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah. And
okay.
the only reason he's alive is Nixon pardoned him. Okay? And he's bad-mouthing this guy.
Oh, ain't that something?
And this is something you need to pull and play for your audience. He made a tape for them to play to the North Vietnamese people while he was prisoner of war. So if y'all take me to your hospitals and heal me, I'll give you anything you need. So the tape said, "Hi, I'm so-and-so, John McCain. I'm a war criminal, a murderer. I flew Navy fighter jets and dropped them on schools, and I killed women and children." That's him and his boys. So they said, well, okay, now every day there's a run of these planes dropping on bombs on North Korea, right? North Vietnam, I'm sorry. Every day. So then he told them, he said, now, if you really want to hit some planes, see, you got your anti-aircraft set up over here when the planes get there. They get so close, because what you don't know is when we take off, we go to the left 400 miles, then bank and come around. So they reset up the artillery, and within 1 week, the American airline pilot's death increased 64%. 64%. So after radio shows like this and these papers come out, and you actually hear people that was in the military with them doing angry books and stuff,
Right.
Okay? And so consequently, this is why you don't hear stuff like this. And so consequently, say, well, they're going to kill him because he's Negro. Yeah, just like they killed John Kennedy because he's Negro. Right? They killed Lincoln because he's Negro. Right?
Well, you said Kennedy was a Negro?
No, I'm trying to say, if you think this is just treated for black folks,
right, exactly.
How many white folks presidents they assassinated?
That's true.
So why you want to, see, we always want a hog painting.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know. But we don't go downtown to the traffic court tomorrow and see 98% of the folks in traffic court are black folks. And I said, okay, one problem. If I'm doing this much speeding, how come when I'm driving down the street, I'm not passing white boys and girls? If I'm doing that much speeding, no. And we tolerate it. We tolerate it because we're so busy trying to be educated to please white folks. You saw what happened to Oprah Winfrey last week, didn't you?
Yeah, they said, yeah. What's your take on that? I'd like to get your take on what happened to Oprah Winfrey.
That's all over the world, man. What take? Take on what?
I mean, was that racism? I mean, would you call that racism, or was it a class?
Well, first, the word racism is the ability to control somebody else's fate and destiny. That's why a black person in America can never be a racist. I can hate all white folks. I don't have the ability to see to it their children go to bad schools, huh?
Yes, sir.
Or they go to jail without a lawyer, huh? That's what that's about. And getting still, we let them tell us reverse racism. And you hear these Negroes sitting on these shows that's not qualified. Oh, so-and-so finished Harvard. So real white folks wouldn't send a dog to Harvard or Yale. Did you know that? All your Ivy League schools in America was built by white slave owners for their dumb white boys, huh? All of them.
Well, what about somebody like Charles Barkley? He doesn't have a Ph.D. from Harvard who says that black folks can be racist, too.
No. You expect that out of him?
Okay.
Look, let me say this here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say this.
Yes, sir.
A priest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're a priest, white man, and your sister's a nun, right?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot be a nun without having a college degree. You aware of that, right?
Oh, you just told me I didn't. Yeah, wow.
You can't wake up in the morning and say, God chose me, huh? You cannot be a priest, huh? Without a college degree. You saw what the new Pope said South America last week. We must love our homosexual brother. Well, that's true. Well, he's saying it for a different reason because he won.
Exactly.
Y'all ain't going to get me to badmouth me. And so what I'm saying is, now let's take you as a priest, right?
Okay.
You finish high school, you finish grade school, you finish college. Now you get your master's. Now you get your Ph.D., right?
Mm-hmm.
And along with all that, you get certain training in theology, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You learn Latin, huh?
Yes, sir.
So you can read those great works, because when you change stuff, it don't work. When I changed the formula to your mama's apple pie, I haven't got your mama's apple pie no more. I got something else.
Yes, sir.
I took the salt out of it because I got high blood pressure. So now watch it. I tell people, I said, why don't you cook you a dozen eggs every weekend, and when you pass homeless folks, give them an egg and a little salt and pepper. I said, you don't want to give them no salt because you got sugar there. They ain't got no high blood pressure. Give them.
Okay.
So now, watch this now. So, along with that, they have classes in the humanities, huh? In spirituality, huh? They have religious studies that go up and study the fine minds in religion, right?
That's right.
And yet they've been ripping off little boys for hundreds of years. So what do you expect if they doing that with all that education and all that training in spirituality and the gods and all that? What do you expect me to do? Ain't never finished grade school. Y'all crazy.
Good points. Yeah.
And so when you stop and think about, there's a universe inside of us. Oh, man, when them Negroes start wearing red shoes and green shirts and purple suits, big wide orange hats, even black folks was laughing. Laugh if you want to, punk. There's something inside of me that made me do that, because up until I did that, I was invisible. All of you white folks and you Negroes that laugh at me, you got to see me. At that point, I stopped being the invisible darky, huh? And then I put gold in my teeth in the front. Why? Because I've studied this white dude. And I know I've never met a white man that hated diamonds and hated gold, so some of the black folks put the diamonds in the teeth, cap it with gold, huh? Take out good teeth and put in gold teeth. Why? Well, I had to figure it out on my own because they didn't have a school to tell me. I know you white folks and black folks like gold and diamonds. So I put it in my mouth where I'm always laughing. And hope you see the gold and the diamonds which you love before you see this thing you created which you hate, huh?
Wow.
That's what that's about. So laugh on, Negro. Laugh on, white boy. But first, I became visible. And you had to see me. And then here comes a Mark Twain. Listen, Negroes, Mark Twain. Before Mark Twain did Huck Finn, and the black youngster was Nigger James, Nigger Jim. But before that, we were too ignorant to know. Because you can't go along to get along and not be ignorant. A black person didn't have a first name. That's Huckabee's nigger. That's Kachipee's nigger. And Mark Twain, with his brilliant self that don't got to get approval for ignorant black and white folks, just from the universal order, he said, this nigger's name is Jim. Nigger Jim. And everybody missed it because when you're violating the universe, you're not supposed to participate in the fruits. This nigger's name is Jim. Harriet Beecher Stowe just wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Yes, sir.
Do you know that went into a play? And never in the history of planet Earth had there been as many companies around the world doing that play. Did you know that?
No, sir.
Uncle Tom's Cabin. She knew Uncle Tom was a shapeshifter. She knew that. When the play got to Zion, right? The king of Zion looked at it and said, oh, wow. Oh, if we give you the money, would you turn this into a musical? Did you ever see The King and I?
I heard about it. Yes, I know of The King.
No, run see it, The King and I.
That's
Uncle Tom's Cabin. That's the musical.
Oh, wow.
The biggest thing on Broadway last 2 years ago was the Book of Mormon, That's Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Wow.
If you don't qualify to help me, then you should leave it alone. You don't give mouth to mouth on a chest wound.
That's right.
Did you hear the cop doing the Trayvon Martin trial? That I gave him mouth to mouth?
Yes, sir.
That racist redneck gonna put his lips on a black man's lips who he hates. They put gloves on, man, just to hold your wallet in their hand. Now put that image. Just visualize what it looked like with him over him, giving him mouth to mouth. Now go to Malcolm laying on the stage. Wasn't that brother giving him mouth to mouth?
Yes, sir.
Then we found out that brother was an undercover New York cop. Was so undercover, his paycheck came from the utility company.
Yes, sir.
And now he's a CIA agent.
And Eugene Roberts. Yes, sir.
You kill with mouth to mouth. You never give mouth to mouth on a chest wound. It brings air bubbles into the lungs.
Yes, sir. I said, Brother Dick, some people having trouble hearing you. They say, can you speak up a little bit?
Do what?
Speak up a little bit louder. They're having trouble hearing you.
Okay. All right. Let me know if they can hear me.
Can y'all hear them now?
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it sounds clear. Thank you.
Okay. And so, if you don't know, you don't know. When they shot Lee Harvey Oswald, they gave him mouth to mouth. When we get the autopsy, it show he died from air bubbles to the lungs.
Yes, sir. Wow.
And then now there's stuff coming out. At NBC and CBS, and they've been knowing that, but They wouldn't put it out. We all hear about the Tuskegee experiment, right?
Yes, sir.
Injected syphilis into black men, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't tell you who ran that was the Tuskegee Institute's nurses department, do they? Black nurses who had one of the better nursing schools in the world at the time. They carried that out for the government. Why? We walking around talking about little black boys with their pants below their drawers. Are you crazy? First, when you hear people talk about they wearing their pants below, well, I never heard you black folk criticize the mafia. I never hear you calling in the radio show criticizing drug pushers black on the corner and grandma got to walk past them to go to CVS to get her arthritis pain. Man, I don't hear you criticizing that. Why? Because you know they'll hurt you. You criticize safe stuff. Huh?
Yes, sir.
The priests, were they wearing their pants below their belt for 200 or 300 years, ripping off little boys? Huh? The folks that killed Jesus, were they wearing their pants below their butt? The mafiosos who have brought this country down to animal standards are the most immaculately dressed people on the planet. What are you looking for? Well, maybe that's God saying, never again will you criticize one of my spirits that I made because you don't like their appearance, huh?
Yes, sir.
And all you folks listening to me now that just outraged over these youngsters with their pants below their drawers, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something real good. That's sexism, and you women don't even know it. Come on, y'all. Y'all see women walking down the street with bikinis on, man, it look like they naked. You don't criticize that. Show me the booty, huh? You see that? They got these little short skirts on so short, man. But that don't bother y'all. But women, just like black folks are, anything white folks don't like, we don't like. Anything men resent, but you young folks might not know that. About 20 years ago, at the white football games in college, 150,000 people, 120,000 people in the stadium, and during halftime, the white folks would take off their clothes, get naked, and run across buck naked, and they called it streaking. Oh, what fools. Streaking. And let me tell y'all something else. Any of you all that drink whiskey like I used to drink whiskey, how many times did I get in my car under the influence of alcohol and drive home? I was committing a crime. Wearing your pants below your drawers is not a crime. Okay? All right? Not a crime. But you thugs, if you ever bumped into one of them children out there wearing their pants below the butt, it wouldn't break nothing. It wouldn't kill you. Huh? This coming holiday, more people will be killed by drunken driving than will OD from hard drugs in the next 5 years, huh?
Oh, wow.
All right?
Okay.
And you're going to criticize somebody who's not breaking a law? The universal God put me here naked. And don't tell me I was going to cover up, because back then there was no clothing places making clothes in there. But while you criticizing that, I've never heard you criticize Vaseline petroleum jelly. You need to help me, man. What is Vaseline petroleum jelly? Tell me, please. Play dumb. Don't get smart on me.
I don't know.
Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, petroleum jelly, yes, sir.
Huh?
Petroleum jelly, you said natural petroleum jelly, yes, sir.
You see mothers use it on their little baby?
Yeah. It was like, yeah. I used to get it during childhood.
Don't it say petroleum? Ain't that gasoline?
Yeah, so from all the saying, yes, sir. The
Well, how stupid you got to be to rub gasoline on your baby?
Very stupid. I think.
Oh, black folks look around, see that ash on them black legs, and put Vaseline. Do you realize that you get caught with Vaseline petroleum just trying to sell it, and they'll put you under the jail?
Wow.
Vaseline, petroleum. They don't lie. A lot of stuff they lie about. Vaseline, petroleum. Jelly, huh? Vaseline. Petroleum. Put on, baby. Put on your hair. Get them kinks out. Huh? Somewhere. It's a new day now. A new day. I don't think anything have ever shocked me. The human called ill and give a number. There's a book out. I don't know if I mentioned it to you called. Who is it? I'll think about it in a minute.
What's that?
National Geographic. There's a book out called 1001 People Who Made America.
Okay.
They called Bill. I'll tell her today to get it to you.
Yes, sir.
1,000. They go back before the Mayflower, man. You know how many billions of people have lived and died in America? Not at one time it was a billion, but billions. You know, there's 350 million Americans today.
Yes, sir.
And they pick 1,001 people who made America, and I'm listed in it. Huh?
Oh, wow.
I mean, there's a lot of people listed. Black folk listed, people who made America. The mafia listed, all the stuff they done, they made. This what goes to America. Now, hey, man, the real people actually not make a difference. Who cares? The 100 most powerful black folks, who cares? When you look at that list, huh? And so I'm shocked, man. They didn't even call me to tell me. Page 132. GREgory.
Wow.
They didn't teach me that. I didn't go to Harvard or Yale or MIT.
That's right.
You let that spirit come loose, and I learned that from the Civil Rights Movement. I wasn't in there because I was a good comedian, huh? And so when you stop and think about the universe, the universe, and that's the mind, that's the brain. Trayvon Martin was, do you know the story? He was looking at the Sunday night, he was looking at the All-Star.
I know. But, you know, people keep on saying in the chat room that they believe he was a blood sacrifice, that the story...
No, wait. You messing with my grandmother now.
Okay. Yes, sir. I'm going to be serious. I know, they say you look at the All-Star game, he went to the gas station during the break.
Okay, now watch this.
Okay.
He was watching the All-Star game.
Yes, sir.
During the break, he's going to run and get him some Skittles and some iced tea, right?
Yes, sir.
He was killed at 7:17. The All-Star game didn't start till 8 o'clock. Huh? See, my grandmother understands that.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you say what you just said, she said, oh, I hadn't thought about that, huh? I hadn't thought about that. He laid in the morgue 4 days as John Doe. You know that.
Yes, sir.
John Doe. That means he had no identification on him, right?
Yes, sir.
No, there's a possibility, you know, you're going to run down the street, you just get the money, you run and come back. But they better find his identification at home where he was staying with his dad. Why? Because if they didn't find it there, they'll put it back there now to hear it on this show. If they didn't find it there, then somebody took it out and got rid of it. It gets nasty, right?
Yes, sir.
Where was his ID? Now, if I'm leaving your house, man, and I got a bag of oranges and I get murdered, that becomes part of the evidence. They got to check the blood splatter, huh? How come we didn't see the Skittles and the iced tea? Until it started being talked about on black stations like this, huh?
Yes, sir.
And the hip white folk station. Then they showed us the story. Oh, where did you buy that, huh? I got 10 children. And if somebody was murdering one of my children and they were screaming and hollering just because I'm a dad, I can't listen to it and recognize, because I never heard that voice under that kind of pressure before. So why'd you get the moms? Man, we got all kinds of scientific equipment we dropped on the moon and Mars, and in there 30-some years, and people work 24 hours a day in labs just monitoring it. Boom, what was that? It was a rock. They can tell you that from down here. And you mean that same equipment, they couldn't monitor the voice? There's no two vocal cords that's the same. Your voice box is like your fingernails, huh? You know how many crimes they have solved from listening to the voice and know that wasn't you, or know that was you. Now, the mom and dad is calling the police station, and they got him listed as a John Doe. You can't get in the morgue without a cop signing off the morgue. Don't drive around with their trucks picking up dead folks. That little town, basically a white town, how many 17-year-old blacks will they have in that morgue down there?
Yes, sir.
And yet, they didn't know. And if you haven't got this, mark this, and I have a little send it to you.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware that the police came by Pop's house Monday morning with a picture of the body? Did you know that?
No, sir.
And came in with a chaplain, huh? So if they knew that Monday, and for the next 3 days he's still listed as a John Doe, huh? Now, first, you said, Mr. President, since y'all want to investigate, let's find out if that's a true story. I've got the report, huh?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of 5 of the cops that showed up at the murder scene is not with the police department down there no more?
No, sir. Wow.
Okay. Oh, now, wait a minute. And had it not been for this type of social radio, we wouldn't be discussing him, because he never would have been brought out where the public could see it. And then the FBI go down there, the Justice Department, and I'm telling you stuff that they don't know. Huh? Oh, they part of it. Huh? What's this about?
Sir.
Are you aware that the insurance company settled that wrongful death case out of court last year before the trial? Did you know that?
Yeah, the Homeowners Association, you mean, gave the Trayvon Martin parents the money?
Well, first they say they gave it. See, it's so outrageous.
Okay.
You got to have somebody to check it, like I did.
Yes, sir.
Did you know he was killed on February 26th, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you know the policy wasn't taken out until March the 30th?
Actually, you know what's funny? I'm reading the story now. They talk about, Trayvon was a blood sacrifice. His parents getting rich off of this blood sacrifice that was made, concerning what you just said. It's funny you just said that, because I just read it a couple moments ago. Somebody had posted it in the chat, this link.
Now, listen to this now. If you had an accident today, right?
Yes, sir.
And I take out an policy in October, the insurance company going to pay for that?
Oh, hell no. They don't supposed to pay for it in the way.
and look, what I'm telling you now, that's locked up orders of the federal court. Okay? Again, I'm saying it might not be true, but the Orlando Sentinel, they went into the story, man. You can pull that up.
Yes, sir.
And so I'm saying something is not right. First, we know that the judge, the prosecutor, the defense, all of them was part of it. I mean, they don't even know. Did you see the case when the judge got mad at Zimmerman and walked out of court?
Yes, sir. He walked out of court. I know she got mad because she tried to get him to testify. She told me that part. Yeah,
but I don't want to get into that. She got mad. Don't make me know what she got mad about.
Okay.
The judge, when you walk out of court, if he would have lost that case, he could have appealed it just on that. You have the power to bust me for contempt. You take the jewelry when you walk out, huh?
Oh, wow. Okay.
See what happens when you bring emotions in and follow what the white press tell you to follow?
Yes, sir.
When we get so upset over what happened, we forget to wait a minute here. Huh? Wait a minute. What is this about? Huh? And so, now, let's take me and you, okay? Me and you. We detectives. What city are you in now?
I'm in Memphis.
Oh, we detectives in Memphis. We've been on the force 30 years, right?
Yes, sir.
Ain't never been violent or no complaints against us, right? We and you walk back into the police station to get a book because we trying to trace down something, right? We go there and we hear shooting in the police station, right? And we go into the police station with our guns drawn. We see two cops laying on the floor. We don't know if they're dead or not, but they're not moving. And we see somebody run out the back door. So I run through the front. You run to around the building, and we confront them, and they shooting at us, right? And we shooting, and they kill. 2 men kill. Not with 40 bullets in the back of their head, huh? Now, we did what cops supposed to do, right? Put our life on the line. That's what we get paid for, right?
Yes, sir.
We find out one of the cops was dead, the other one was operated on and saved, right? Now, let's go back to me and you. Cops for 30 years, right? Killed 2 folks that invaded the police department, huh?
Yes, sir.
Don't they take our gun away from us that night, give us a desk job, and test us for alcohol or drugs?
Yes, sir. They're supposed to. That's protocol. Okay,
then how come they didn't do that to a wannabe cop? If they do that to 2 righteous homicide cops that never had a blemish on our record, that's protocol. Then why didn't this white boy, huh? Because, see, I'm about ready to believe that he wasn't killed there. Killed someplace else. When we start questioning why we haven't seen the pictures from 7-Eleven, then after enough radio shows picked it up, then they showed us a picture from 7-Eleven where he was standing at the corner, but all they showed us was the back of his hood.
Right.
Now you say, wait a minute, something's not right. Then we accidentally found out about Stand Your Ground. Huh?
Right.
Do you know Stand Your Ground's in 36 states, including Washington, D.C., California, New Hampshire, Boston? Did you know that?
I knew it after they started talking about it in the media. Yes, sir. They control the masses.
And who's behind it? Who's putting the money up? Walmart, Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, Walgreens,
right?
UPS, huh? Reads like who's who. And so, when you stop and think about it, the cops were there. Did you hear the guy said he heard somebody hollering help and he ran out? He heard the gunshot. Who do you know going to run out of their house when there was a gunshot in the courtyard?
Yeah, only a fool would do something like that. I wouldn't. I'll be running away from the shot, not towards it. I'm not a first responder. Mm-hmm.
Watch this now.
Okay.
If they had forensics there, that's basically a white complex where that happened. You know, Zimmerman didn't live there. You aware of that?
No, sir, I didn't. Well, how you gonna be neighborhood watch captain and not live in the place
Well,
where?
they got neighborhood guards that don't live there. You got cops that guard patients that live in other counties.
Okay, that's a good point. Point well taken. Yes, sir.
He lived in the Negro community. Did you know that?
No, sir.
And his neighbors say he wasn't a racist.
Interesting.
Okay, now, if you fractured your toe when you was 5 years old, do you know they got machines out here now, technology that can take a picture and tell you exactly where that toe was fractured and if it healed or if it didn't heal? But if it healed, they can still see the bone was broke, right?
Yes, sir.
And how come they tell us in the New York Times and the Kansas City paper and the Washington Post, none of them tell us when they said, oh, yes, he had a broken nose. The doctor said that. Well, show me the pictures, huh? Show me the pictures. Nobody took an x-ray, but they proclaim he had a broken nose, and we accept that as gospel.
Yes, sir.
New York Times, none of them papers have said, well, wait, let me check this out and see. That's where we are. So then, if you got a whole lot of people that's doing this and some people that know how it works, why wouldn't somebody come up and say, well, this must be a blood sacrifice, huh? Why wouldn't they?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember about 6 months ago when them cannibals was eating folks?
Yes, sir. The zombies in Miami, right? One in Miami, in Miami, the guy was eating the guy's face. Yeah.
Wait a minute. How come the government haven't spoke out on it? I mean,
good question.
Could that be some new stuff that Al-Qaeda's making? You hear me?
Yes, sir.
How come they haven't spoke out and made worldwide news? Cops went in there in Miami, said the guy was eating his roommate, and then the cop said, get him up. He looked at him, man, with that blood all over, and the cop said, I had to blow him away. And we don't hear no more about it. Are you aware that bin Laden was killed December 2001?
I remember with the Prime Minister Bhutto of Pakistan, she talked about that, and she ended up getting killed not too long after that. She talked about it, I believe, on BBC. Is that correct?
David Frost show.
No, David Frost show, yeah. He said he was dead in 2001, and they killed her not too long after that.
And he even gave the name. Sheikh Ahmad, the one that killed the Wall Street Journal, Richard Pearl, huh? Okay. Now, you got that, right?
Yes, sir.
So the president and everybody was looking at it, and the president said, we got him, right? There's the president part. He don't know. They didn't tell him. He totally thought that was real, man.
So Obama is is he a pun or is he a posse? What is Obama doing in all this if he's not informed?
I said, man, anybody can trick you. Do you know how many millions of people work for the federal government? Huh? And do you know how few people you get to a point the rest of the people been there 40 and 50 years? Two sets of books, man. So he really thought it happened. What was it, the Navy SEALs?
Yeah. I did SEAL Team 6 or something like that, I believe.
SEAL Team 6, man. Oh, you aware that 5 of them? I mean, if it wasn't real, they know it wasn't real, right?
Yes, sir.
So they used to have old saying during World War II, a slip of the lip can sink a ship.
Loose lips sink ships.
So they got to be careful about these cats. You know, Navy SEAL drink and then hold out and do all that kind of stuff. You're willing to be trained specially to murder people without a trial. You know, 5 of them went down in a helicopter crash here in America.
Oh, wow, okay.
Did you know that?
I knew someone was killed, not too long after that, but I didn't know it happened in America.
Yeah, just pick up. You can Google that while you're talking.
Okay, I'm doing it now.
And the sixth one, the one that shot him in the head.
Yeah.
He was killed on a rifle range with his Navy SEAL partners. They shot him in the head by mistake. Uh-oh.
I heard about the one in Afghanistan, like 22 from SEAL Team 6 got killed in Afghanistan.
Yeah, well.
There was one in America, too? I didn't hear about the one in America.
The 5, the Navy, the main ones, the 5. What else is it you haven't heard of?
That's true. There's a lot of things out here. Yes, sir.
You heard about the Boston Olympic bombers, right?
Yes, sir.
But you didn't hear...
Okay, Boston Marathon bombers. You talking about the Boston Marathon bombers, the brothers? Yeah,
but you didn't hear that the United States government shut the nuclear plant down in Plymouth, Massachusetts on Saturday. The race wasn't until Monday.
Oh, wow, they told you? Wow. Yes, sir.
Okay. You didn't hear that whole family was CIA, did you? They just didn't know they was going to be double-crossed.
I knew his uncle was married to a CIA spook's daughter. I knew that. I didn't know that the whole family was CIA.
That's the one that's in business, in the oil business with Clinton.
Don't tell me about Clinton. I saw that Mena, Arkansas documentary recently. So when you were talking about, what's the point, Brother Gregory? Why should we know all this stuff? It's making people's head hurt.
I didn't hear you.
Why should we know all this stuff? This stuff is very depressing for a lot of people.
Oh, man, you got stuff going in your house you don't talk about. Don't come up now. That's like we so pure and they so dirty. You married, man?
No, sir.
You ever been married?
No, I haven't been married. Not yet.
No. Yeah. Oh, you haven't?
No, sir.
You got some partners that's married?
Yes, sir.
Have they ever beat their wife up?
They won't tell me.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. She put double pancake on.
I'm not laughing at domestic violence, but I see your point.
I'm saying we got stuff going in our house.
Yes, sir.
We got sex things we do. We don't share it with our friends, our bosom friends.
Yes, sir.
Why you worried about an evil government not telling you something and then covering up? Now let's go back and look at Boston for a minute, right?
Yes, sir.
They sent in 2 top FBI agents to take over that investigation. Okay, so that meant the state police, the local police, the sheriff, all of them, before you can say anything, you got to filter through these 2 agents, So one day, soon, Google, the 2 top FBI agents that handled that, they was killed in Virginia.
Yes, sir.
They said they was doing helicopter rescue training and fell out the helicopter.
Yes, sir. I heard about that.
I said, oh, my God, if anything happened to me and my wife, tell them don't call the FBI.
Yes.
Now, you heard about that, right?
Yes, I heard about that. Yes.
Did you put the pieces together?
I mean, it's always an inside job, it sounds like. It's always an inside job.
Okay. Now, watch this. What was the guy who did the article on General McChrystal?
Oh, Michael Hastings. Tell us about Michael Hastings.
Now, you know, about 3 weeks ago they killed him.
Yes, sir. I think it was like in June, in June, in California, in L.A., yes, sir.
So, you know how they killed him?
They blew up his car, his Mercedes.
With what?
I don't know. I know
a drone.
He used a drone, so you said he actually used a drone on Michael Hastings.
Yeah. And then the president said, trust America. He mean that because he don't know what they're doing.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, man. You make Obama sound like Calvin Coolidge.
Well, most of the presidents is like that.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And so when you stop now and go back to Trayvon, just simple stuff should be answered. Simple stuff. For instance, he got blood on him. He didn't have it on him the first night. One cop said arrest him. Another cop overruled it. So he has no blood test. And so let's go back to what Americans called black-on-black crime.
Yes, sir. Tell us about it.
You know, the mafia, Italian mafia, killed so many Italian mafia, they called it a crime syndicate.
Big business.
That make everybody think, but here's what you got to say. If me and you just some thug dudes, you see, the Bloods and the Crips was created by Stanford University. Did you hear me?
Yes, sir.
In the book, The Committee of 300. Okay? On page 86, they talk about. That's where it was created, right? On the, you should pull this up for your audience. The San Francisco Chronicle, September the 12th. That's the day after, right? September the 12th. San Francisco Chronicle did a front page story that Mayor Willie Brown had a tip on Friday: don't take your Tuesday flight to New York. I know who said it, but I'm not going to say who said it.
Okay.
Now, that ran front page.
Well,
here's all I want. I don't care about that. How come the New York Times didn't pick that up? How come the Washington Post, how come your Memphis paper didn't pick that up? That's from another buddy paper, huh? Then that Friday after that Tuesday, another front page story. San Francisco Chronicle. That ex-Secretary of State George Shultz was told the week before, don't go to that meeting in New York. Nobody picked it up. Nobody picked it up. If I would have went out there and the mayor, it went worldwide. Worldwide. And the government wasn't an investigation. You know that, right?
I couldn't hear that part. The government was what did
on September 11th, they wasn't going to do an investigation. Until the one lady organized the women whose husbands had died, right? And forced them to do it. And so when they came out with the 7/11 investigation, she gave her a copy. She said, "This is lies. It's not true." When that plane, what is it? That plane crashed in Buffalo, New York. She was on that plane.
I remember that. Was it like in December or January or something like that?
Yeah.
I remember that. Okay.
Yeah. She was on the plane. And so this is what we're dealing with. So when you look at plutonium, pull that up.
Okay.
1929. They had like you build a campus. They had built a facility for mentally retarded children who will never be able to be normal. They built that facility outside of Boston. Now, white folks, no black folks there.
Yes, sir.
And the government wanted to check out plutonium. And they mixed plutonium in those children's oatmeal. And so if they do that to them, what do you think they do to you?
I mean,
and also pull up another thing where the CIA in the early 50s in a village outside of Paris mixed some acid.
Yes, sir.
The acid that they was snorting and doing all that stuff into the dough they used to make the bread, and programmed them to believe they was airplanes and pigeons. They were jumping off mountains committing suicide. This is white folks, the village outside, huh? So they didn't just start this. So let's go back to drive-by shootings. That's not in white neighborhoods, is it? White folks don't do drive-bys, huh? In the black neighborhoods, right? Now, when did these thugs get so much ethics that when they come by and shoot, they don't shoot women? Did you hear me?
Yes, sir.
99.9% are men. So what is it in my body that the government needs? And most of those shots are headshots.
Yes, sir.
Do you know if you driving home today and you drink a Coke and you try to throw it out the window while you drive it, you can't do that? I'm not talking about drop it. I mean throw it out the window. So how in the hell you going to drive in a car and shoot me the way your hand is shaking and hit me in the head? See, the Chinese, when they executed you, they'd put a little target around your heart and they would shoot the target. Now, all executions is shot in the head and they harvest everything below your neck, them organs they harvest. So when you look at a drive-by, if you see that don't need no education, no school, no job, no nothing, everything they harvest is worth $250,000 per.
Oh, wow.
Now, let's say I'm your son, you my father, right? If I'm walking down the street and get hit by a car, and they tell you can go to the morgue, you and mom, and identify me, right? If I'm a drive-by, you have no jurisdiction over that body. That becomes the property of the coroner. And not until they do with the investigation do they release it. And so nobody ever dawned on it. Did they take the organs out? Wow, did they? So you go to the funeral and now they bury it, and if you thought about it and somebody came and told you, you can't exhume the body. You got to get a federal court order for that. But we buy this as black folks. We've been having babies long before any white folks was on this planet, and I don't realize that didn't come out of my belly. The shooter, all these shootings, and we call it black on black crime, and black folk go along with it. If we all went to China tonight, who you think killing Chinese in China?
Chinese.
If we go to Italy, who you think killing Italians in Italy?
Italians.
And if 98% of all white folks that was murdered last year was killed by white folks, how come they not talking about white on white crime, but we are? You kill where you live. And then once I can embarrass you, I remember when I was a little boy, we didn't have the type of news we have now, right?
No, that's right.
They said so-and-so walked into the so-and-so subway station and killed 12 people, and not hear black folks say, I hope it wasn't a Negro. Oh, Mama, you didn't say you hope it didn't happen. Did you say you hope it wasn't a Negro? Then who do you hope it was? A Jew, an Italian, an Irish Catholic? What is this craziness? That's what happened when you become ashamed that you let somebody reduce you below the dignity that God gave you. Then you start becoming ashamed for the whole group. Shame. For the whole group. But if my grandmother heard two drunken black men went into the First National Bank and then on the way out they stuck up this welfare mother that was going to get her check cash. Oh, black folks would be embarrassed. But if they said two well-dressed, Harvard-looking Negroes went into the First National Bank, killed 22 people, and pulled off the biggest bank robbery in the history of the planet. $4 billion. You know what I mean? Black folks be high-fiving.
Yeah.
In the universal eyes of God, how is there a good crime and a bad crime? And when they can reduce you down to that crime, it's good. That don't embarrass So when you have this type of thing going on inside of you, and you not knowing it's there, huh?
Yes, sir.
Then it becomes difficult to deal with. And so what they did with these children, they took about 100 of them in college, but they were from the same income group, Black, Hispanic, Asian, white folks, black folks, all of them A students. And they said, look, we got a problem with it. We got about $300,000 we overlooked. And we called in. And they said, no, you don't have to send it back. Just create some tests. And just as long as you use it. So they said, so here's what we did. We messed up. So we don't want y'all to take a test today. You be in a hurry. It don't count for nothing. All of them made A's. Then they did the same test to another group, but the same income, same straight A's. And they said, oh, we really messed up. We need you all to take this test here because it got to be turned in 5 days. And it'll count. It'll be with you for the rest of your life. Same test. Same type of people. All the black folks flunked it. Why? Because I've been told I got to be twice as smart as white folks. So you're telling me I'm dumb. Garvers, baby food. You ever seen it? Garvers, baby food?
Yes, sir.
So let's say you're going to get some carrots, right? There is no picture of a carrot on the baby food. It's a picture of a white child.
Yes, sir.
You know, I can program it. When you eating and you feel good and you open your eyes and you see that white baby, and they've done tests now. Anytime you see a white person, a good feeling runs through your body.
Yeah, it probably is. Wow.
And y'all worrying about pants? What about pants?
Well, you brought some good points because two people come to mind, and I just want to get you, because like a lot of stuff you've been telling us over the years is coming to pass. Like with Paula Deen, a lot of black folks love Paula Deen food. I mean, they supported her restaurants. She had a lot of black people working for her. But now all this other stuff come out about what she was doing in the dark, about how she really thought about darkies. I just want to get your take on that, because you said, we get a good feeling when we see white folks.
Yeah, well, I mean, shouldn't nobody be shocked about it but white folks who's in a state of denial. What? Who? I mean, do you know how many Jews would take cocaine, even if it was coming from Germany, Nazis? When you hook to something, you hook to something.
Yes, sir.
And if I can hide it and not let you know who it is, I can tell you stuff you can buy at the grocery store, man, and get it's 3 times more potent than crack, heroin, and cocaine. I wouldn't say it because I wouldn't want people to go.
Yes, sir.
But when I see you, I whisper it in your ear.
Yes, sir.
At Safeway, you can go buy it today.
And it's legal. It's all FDA approved and everything. It's funny how the FDA approved things that make you sick. They approve food that makes you sick and medicine that makes you sicker.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why should we trust them? Why are we trusting the FDA or anybody that approves these?
Because they told you to trust them. You wouldn't trust them if it was a welfare mother telling you that.
Yes,
here's the way it works. Works like this. The universal God have never made trash when it made you. Okay? When you impregnate a woman, that universal God, I'm not talking about the church, have gave you the right to create another God. And it didn't say what color are you, what sex are you, how much education did your mom and your grandma have, where do y'all live. It gave you that privilege to create life. And yet I have 10 children, and I never had an affair with my wife, man. To create God's new life. I was just ripping off the rip-off, man. Now, the problem is when I look in the mirror and realize I never bought a car. I didn't know the year, the make, the model, the down payment, the insurance, the monthly notes, and the trading value. So when old brother Dick got to look in the mirror and see me and realize I put more planning and owning a giant car than creating God's new life, I'm the problem. When I leave here next week and go to Europe to a peace rally or first-class round trip, $6,000 each way, and my tax on that ticket helped by bombs and drones to kill people, where I'm part of the problem. I'm paying for that stuff they dropping on women and children, so when it falls on my grandchildren, at least I'm honest enough to high-five to God and say, even baby, huh? It's you out here that's doing it and don't know you're doing it, huh?
That's right.
And don't know you're doing it.
Well, that brings us another point when you're saying you just on a roll here. Like, people are really responding to what you're saying. But even with the Philadelphia Eagles situation, when you had that white football player named Riley Cooper calling them 2 black security guards, whatever, at their concert in Nashville, niggers. It's like, it goes to the point what you were saying, it's not a hate crime. You say, hey, you N-words, I'll beat up every N-word in here. He said, I'll beat up all you niggas. I'll whoop all you niggas in here. But the person who came to his defense is Michael Vick. The guy that people can't forgive for allegedly killing all these dogs.
Yeah.
He could forgive his teammates for saying nigger. But I'm saying, why is it when black folks feel the need to defend white people all the time, they'll say, well, we say it too. We say nigger too, so they can say it too. Or we should get that later.
Look. Let's say you married, right?
Okay.
I walk out the house tonight and slap my old lady on the butt and say, see you later, baby, huh? I can't slap your old lady on the butt, right? It's a different thing when it comes to family.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And when it comes to family, huh? And so, you look where the guy just killed the wife and the daughter, the son, and they found him.
Yeah, the DiMaggio guy that killed him,
Yeah, but wait a minute. If that would have been a black handyman that did that, man, we'd be all talking about him. It's always been. Huh? And so consequently, if Hitler, all the Germans Hitler killed, when Hitler said he wants to create a, super race?
Sure.
He wasn't talking about me. He was talking about them old misfit Germans. Them mentally retarded Germans.
Exactly.
And so, somewhere when you stop and say, hold it 1 minute, let me check this out and see where we are going, then the thing changes. But we don't. And so, when I eat their food and drink their whiskey and like what they like, and I become them. Why should that surprise us, Michael Vick, when we black folk create a $3 trillion industry, It's trying to make our hair another way than what God made it. Wigs and all of that. But black women that wear that, they don't know that that's a sickness. How many white folk you see walking down the street with nappy wigs? Huh?
Yes, sir.
But we don't know that. PhD, by the old man, she fine. We the only man in the world that call our women strong. Man, you a strong sister. And they want to show me his beautiful automobile. No. Your sister's beautiful and your automobile is strong.
Yes, sir.
And they accept it. Yeah, man, don't see this woman I'm dating more strong, sister. Come on, brother. And then you sister let us say the problem in the black community, ain't no black man at home. We not home when we home. Hitler had a mother and father at home.
Yes, sir.
Prince Charles had a mother and father at home. Okay, and you can't produce no more ignorant, drug-addicted children than what the Queen produced.
Even Jeffrey Dahmer had a mom and pop at home.
Sure. And so it goes to, You feed me just long enough, I react to it. You know how many alcoholics can't be cured because they're in a state of denial? Do you know when you walked out your house this morning and when you walk back in tonight, everything you passed to get home, white folk could have stopped it. Ain't a black person in Memphis can decide that stop sign ain't going to be there. Ain't no black person going to decide that your home, you can't have it no more. White folk call it eminent domain. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Huh? They can change the airport and say, we're going to move the airport. You can't. Most of the stuff you got in the refrigerator, white folks put it there. I'm not talking about these little ignorant. I'm talking about these ones who don't give a damn about you, huh?
Yes, sir.
And so that's why you got to look at a brother like Stevie Wonder and say, thank you, my brother. When you said you're not working Florida or no state that has stand your ground. Stevie Wonder makes so much money, this income tax on his gig is over $200,000. That's not counting state and county. Huh? And he's willing to give that up. Give that up. And I don't hear people calling in and say, oh, God, well, how do you say thanks to Stevie? He's not asking you to say thanks. I'm buying a Stevie album every month. Say thank you, baby. Thank you.
Well, Brother Gregory, what you say is a great point because I believe Stevie's in the tradition of you and Brother Harry Belafonte, Josephine Baker, and Paul Robeson, so many of our brothers and sisters who have used their artistic abilities to provoke and invoke social justice and change. But I know Harry Belafonte, I know one of your friends was very critical of Jay-Z, the rapper, for not being more minded in terms of his responsibility to...
Well, you see, you got to be careful who you mess with. You heard what Jay-Z said, didn't you?
I heard what he said. I won't get your take on it. I won't get your take about the whole thing.
No. Jay-Z said, at least I'm married to a black woman, huh?
I didn't hear that part.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
That ends the debate, okay?
Okay, there is the debate.
At least I'm married to a black woman.
But Harry Belafonte's first wife was black, right? But you didn't believe that he was getting targeted by the government. You didn't believe that he actually being targeted by the government.
Yeah.
They had to leave him, I guess.
Yeah. So,
so they're winning for you, huh? Jay-Z won it. Okay.
I said, no, Jay-Z, you didn't say that. What Lemon, the guy on CNN?
Yeah, what do you think about Don Lemon? What's your thoughts about him? And
well, tell me what he said so my mother can hear you.
Well, he basically said we can end racism if black people pull their pants up. They stop
now
sagging.
watch this here.
Okay.
Did you see how long it was before he came out and admitted he was gay?
Oh, it's a while. I guess you've been on there for a while, right?
No, I said, do you know how long it was before he admitted it? A whole lot of people that came out.
Okay.
Then he came out and said, I'm gay. And not one of those black folks he was talking about criticized him. Some of them black folks that don't believe you can go to heaven if you're homosexual, but they didn't criticize that cheap punk thug, huh? But he's going to attack them, okay? Them, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where does he come from? God, man, give me the respect I give you. Why nobody holding you saying what white folks want to hear? Okay. But you are gay. Who cares? Who cares? But you're going to come out and talk about boys wearing their pants below their butt. You can go to Russia, Don, and be put in jail for being gay. You can't go to Russia and be put in jail for wearing your pants below your belt. And so when you stop and think about what they're saying, who should know better? But I didn't hear him saying nothing about the girls with these little bikinis and nothing else. And he ain't supposed to like women. He ain't saying nothing about them.
Right. Let me ask you about this. Are you familiar with the twerking phenomenon that's going on with white girls trying to copy black girls, I guess, shaking their behinds? It's like viral. What do you think about, I mean, I guess it's always been around and they always try to copy what we have.
Well, wait a minute. I brought in two. I didn't mean to hire two.
Mm-hmm.
I asked my researchers, find me the number one authority on the planet on breast milk. Huh?
Yes, sir.
And they came back and said, look, it's two of them at Oxford University. So I said, well, give them $1 million apiece. And they came into Louisiana. Wouldn't you know there'd be men? The world authority on breast milk are men.
Wow.
So they wanted to know why was I paying them so much to come in. I said, I don't know. Something I'm trying to figure out. Like when a woman is nursing on the right breast, the left breast leaks. They found out that that's not milk that's leaking. That's the universal God. If you smoke or you drink or you taking medicine or you around chemicals, that's what's leaching out that other breast so the baby don't get it, huh?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Did you hear me?
I heard you, yeah, wow.
Did you hear me?
Yes, sir.
And so, let me deviate that for a minute. Well, if you had a baby and you was going to feed it baby food, what do you do before you put it in the baby's mouth? You taste it, right? So all baby food is made for mother's corrupt taste, not the baby. But taste of sugar or salt or pepper or additives. If mom don't like it, the baby ain't going to get it.
Wow.
Now, let me get back to it. So the guys was happy, man. They just so fascinated. Why? What do you want to know? I said, I don't know. And this answers your question, right? I said, I know one thing, that my mamas and her mama and her mama and her mama and her mama was the nanny for white folks' baby. I'm trying to find out how long can you take titty milk from my mama before you become a Negro. That's what I was trying to find out, okay?
Wow.
Okay? And I got a call about 15 years ago, and they said, thanks for sharing that. You're right, it's happening now. They playing their music loud, huh?
Yes, sir.
They want to eat around poor areas. They don't feel comfortable. This group, they want paper plates and plastic spoons.
Okay, they one drop of breast milk, huh? And not one drop of blood. Five PhDs and tattoos from her eyeballs down to her toenail.
Okay, so there's research out there.
Wow.
That you can find. And to get back to what you said, when I realize I'm not beautiful, then I look at, black folks have been so beat down to say I'm not beautiful that I got to find somebody I think is a white woman, so I want to look like her, dress like her, walk like her. And while they're looking at me, I've been going to Russia, I guess, 5 years before I took my wife, And so we go there, and we get on the subway. Like 30 million people ride the subway every day. And we on the subway, and white folks looking at Lil. And one of them came up and took his finger and touched her face.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Then another one came up and touched her face. And now, my old lady don't never get mad. She looked at me and she said, how long you going to let them do this to me? I said, let me tell you something, old crazy black woman. When I decided to attack some white folks, it won't be here in Russia where 30 million of them ride the subway. My odds would be a little bit better than that, huh? So shut up and let's get off the subway and go to the hotel and figure it out. It was 5 o'clock in the morning before I was able to figure it out. I know it wasn't because she black, because I've been going there 5 years and they ain't never touched my face. Black men go all over the world with the military, with athletic teams. Few black folks outside of America has ever seen a black woman. And when they see you as gorgeous as you are. They don't see you as you see yourself. Looking through the mirror, seeing yourself. And so they've never seen a black woman. On the subway, they see this, what is this gorgeous thing here? They don't see a strong sister like we black men want to call you. See, gorgeous, beautiful, That's what it's about. That's why. Finally caught up with them. And remember, before that, they didn't see nobody.
But what about the fact that the person who's the father of their language, of Russian literature, was a black man, Alexander Pushkin? They still wasn't used to black people.
Always been. Hey, man. Wait a minute. Always been. It's always been. Serious? Do you know I go to the UFO conferences all over the world?
Yes, sir.
Mr. GREgory, would you care to speak? I said, no. I said, well, we know a lot about you. We know you got a book about UFO, and we know the time they sent for you, and we just want you to say, no. I resent what you white folks do. You come to these damn meetings and you talk down about them. But you're so ignorant, you don't know who they are. That's why you call them unidentified flying objects. I asked one of them one time, how do you go from hovering to 3 million miles an hour? I said, we dial it like you dial your radio. And these ignorant white folks, with their racist stuff, you listen to them talk.
Yes, sir.
All your weapons, they neutralize. You don't know why. They crying. People believe us. They can't believe you because once you have to admit there's somebody else, white supremacy go out the window, white boy. Organized religion goes out the window. And the number one thing that would happen, we'd become earth links.
Yes, sir.
We'd be earth people. There wouldn't be a Chicago or Detroit or America or India. It'd be planet Earth. And that's why, even when you see it, we tell you didn't see it.
Wow.
And when I find something I'll talk to, they say, why you come here? I say, I'm trying to meet some of them people you discussing. What do you mean? They come here. They come here just to see how stupid y'all are and meet people like me and know I want to meet them.
Wait. Okay, I'm sorry, Brother Gregory.
Any of them here now? I say, well, that Indian woman over there might be.
I want to ask you, I don't mean to take my time. I'm very appreciative of your time and what you have done. People are really being motivated and inspired to do their research based on the stuff you just said today. But I know somebody said... Wait,
before you say that. My mama don't qualify to do research. You got to find somebody you trust. You know how much research costs?
Yes, sir. Well, I don't know.
You got to find somebody you trust. You got to listen to shows that you trust.
Yes, sir.
That's how I get mine.
Yes, sir.
I have the money to do the research, And when I get broke, I can borrow it.
Right. It's good to have certain types of friends. I understand. Yes, sir.
But I'm saying people who you trust. That's why I send my child to a Catholic school and the priest is ripping them off. Now, pedophile, please different thing. A pedophile grabbed one of my children. I didn't send them to him. Or her. I sent them to that church. And they trusted them because mom trusts them and dad trusts them. And when it happens, They think it was right.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, don't tell nobody this is our secret, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's a big different thing, man. A big different thing. You know, some people think all gays or pedophiles who do boys. No. That's something else. And I sent you to that school or to that church. I don't send you out the street where I know pedophiles hang out. And so when you stop and think about the parents, and then when you tell the parents, they say, no, he didn't do that. Shut up. You better not tell them about it. Mom. So that's where we go, man. That's
I mean, you made some great points. I can't hard to debate those. I mean,
I didn't hear what you said.
You making some great points today. It's hard to debate as usual. I think of you as being like you know how people talk about agent provocateur. I think of you as a thought provocateur. You force people to think.
Well, see, I've said a long time ago that truth don't have to be validated by ignorance. And when you got on a show like this or these shows I do all over the world and got to apologize, that's like you apologizing because you're a billionaire? Are you crazy?
That's right.
And I got a black woman say, I don't want to be on welfare. Well, wait a minute. Do you know I can take a prostitute all the way around the world with me as long as I call that hoe my secretary? It's a tax write-off, huh?
Yes, sir.
Tax write-off. I don't want no welfare. What you got against free money, woman? Man, what you got against free money? I just don't want. Oh, okay. Running across the street to play the lottery.
Yes, sir. There you go.
You don't want no free money. All these big white boys open up these companies, free money. They don't put up no money. So anyway, somewhere. Now I want you to hear this good now, right?
Yes, sir.
Now follow me, and then I'd like for you to pull this case and read it.
Okay.
On your show so people will hear something and then know where the universe comes in, okay?
Yes, sir.
The Dred Scott case, right?
Yes, sir.
Out of Missouri. The case was, that the law is if you as a slave has ever been into a free state, then you're always free. Well, that's what happened. The Dred Scott case was a white military doctor that traveled, from one camp, and he had this slave with him. Slave got to Wisconsin, there wasn't no slavery, so that's what the case was about.
Yes, sir.
So now, Dred Scott, 156 years ago, right? Dred. Now, right now, when you think of dreads, this had nothing to do with the case. You think of dreads, you think of hair, right?
Yes.
Black folks' hair, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dred Scott. Now, if you suing me and I'm suing you, and your last name is Jones, the case would be Gregory versus Jones. So, the case was Scott versus Sanford. You know that?
Yes, I'm looking at it now. Yes, sir.
Named after the town where Trayvon was killed.
Oh, wow. This is the guy that the town of Sanford, Florida is named after.
Did you hear me?
Yes, sir. Wow.
And the Supreme Court says no black man got any rights that a white man got to respect. That's Trayvon, man. That's what we just heard. It come from the universe, not from NBC.
Oh, wow.
So y'all better get ready, y'all. Now think about that.
Oh, I am. Wow.
A case that we never saw. We heard it, but we got to see it played out live. A black man, black person has no right that a white folk got to respect. No, let's take it deeper than that. Black folks was hurt when that decision came down. Hurt. Now, look. If I'm hurting, I'm in pain, all I got to do is go to the drugstore and give me a pill, and the hurt stops.
Yes, sir.
What caused it don't stop, but the pain stops.
Mm.
White folks was ashamed. Ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me? There is no pill to wipe out shame.
Mm.
Black folks who's ashamed of what we let white folks do to us instead of just die have created this thing you see out here now. That want to believe we live in a community you control everything. We live in a hood. What's a hood? A hood is something you put over your head when you're trying to hide something. That's a hood.
That's right.
And so shame goes into the deepest part of your chest where the real God hangs out, right behind the solar plexus. And it stays there so long if you let it. That hurt becomes numbness. When you numb, the dentist numb where they're going to take your tooth out, you don't feel nothing. When you numb that part down, you damn right. I become a psychopath and a sociopath. I can kill with no remorse. And with the government and the CIA knowing what's down there, they can give me all kind of chemicals in my food and my soda pop and make that thing rise up, and I don't even know I'm being trained and to do this, Now let's go back again. White folks is ashamed of what happened.
That's right.
Of what happened. See, when King was killed, ashamed, but not that deep because they didn't follow that whole. We followed Trayvon. And even those who didn't like black folks felt a little shame. Oh, if your daughter got 5 PhDs and was one of the brilliant things, and my daughter cheated all the way through, This is my daughter, but I can't be as proud of her as you are yours, because I know what my daughter did. Okay? These white folks saw this and stunned and shame. You know how many white folks that react with shame? And when we black folks was ashamed of what we let white folks do to us, it wasn't that many of us to affect the whole country. You let them white folks stay shamed over this trial. In this country, they will burn it to the ground. It's out the box now,
Yes, sir.
They know what we've been talking about. They never knew before. Why are those Negroes so happy? Well, my mama was in their kitchen. They never saw her angry. Yeah, she just is nice and polite and kind. She cooks your food, but you never let her sit down at the dinner table with y'all and eat. She can eat. Brother Wallace come in the kitchen and eat with her and talk. You know. You heard white folks say before the civil rights movement, the smartest person I know is that gal that runs my house. And so again, you know, when you stop and think about, you know, what I got inside of me, and just thank God, I can't thank you enough for the radio show. Man, the folks who put the money up for Django Unchained, they should buy your network, man, give it to you. They made so much money off that show you ran.
Oh, it was an honor
what'd you say?
It was an honor to have you think enough of my platform to voice your opinion.
Oh, I didn't think enough of your platform. I said the same thing about with some racist, ignorant, redneck cracker. Now, let me say this before I leave. A cracker. You ever seen a white soda cracker?
White. Say that again, Brother Dick.
A Nabisco soda cracker. White.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, when you work the floods, like me and my brother and my pals worked the Mississippi, you're supposed to be 18, but they don't care how much a black person do. It's dangerous. We coming in, we 14 years old, man. Sign up. Get a big check in September going back to school, man. Come and pay us when we go there and work the waterfront, man, the Mississippi River. And we used our God intelligence. When they didn't know when that levee was going to break, we did. How did we know? Because we lay down in the highway and sleep, and when we wake up, bugs would be covered us up like a blanket. What does that mean? Spiders and all kinds of insects. When they're running for their life, they have no appetite. So we knew we didn't have to worry about them biting us. They are not looking for dinner. They're trying to get out of here. That's how we knew. When that happened, you got about 3 hours. Y'all get to getting. The floods. The floods. Knowing nature and human life. You out there in the sun, get white folks working next to you, and we can nail when they was going to die from a sunstroke, because in the back of their neck, where all them nerves come together, it would dry up, and it would look like if you wet a soda cracker and let it dry. That's what. If the sun is on your neck, what color is it going to turn?
Red.
Don't they say red neck soda cracker? Red neck cracker? That's what that is about.
That's it.
Honky. See, prostitution was made for white men. Even the black pimps that catered to the white boy, black men could not come in them whole houses. The black women that ran them, that was for the benefit of white men. And so if you was 30 miles outside of Memphis, in prostitute houses, the white boys felt good, the mayor, the sheriff, and all of them, bring their friends in from Europe, company folks, and go there, because I don't care what you see in your neighborhood, you don't know none of my friends, right? And so they would pull up to the house, and either they or the chauffeur would honk the horn. And then the black pimp who owns the house, or his mother-in-law, he would come out and take you all inside. The chauffeur, you know, went where they had drinks and food, and the white dude went. But they never got out the car till they honked it, and the black came out to escort them. That's where the word honky comes from.
That's right.
And so when you stop and you look at where it's going and how much, and these youngsters, and I'll end with this, if you check and find out, you know the dinosaur? They've been gone 2 billion years. Some of them was bigger than mountains, man. The dinosaur. Extinct. Gone. White folk can't explain how they left because they didn't do it, so they blame it on the asteroid. When you're in charge, you can blame anything you want that you can't understand. But what they won't tell you is the butterfly and the turtle was here then too. 2 billion years have passed, and the turtle and the butterfly are still here. And the butterfly can fly. What's our symbol? The bald eagle?
Yes, sir.
Do you know a butterfly can fly all the way across the Atlantic Ocean, fly all the way across the Pacific Ocean, but the bald eagle can't make that trip?
Wow.
Did you know that?
Yes, sir.
Is that incredible? There's a butterfly park. There's a book called Chaos. I think you should have one of your researchers get it. And just read the part of the show where the butterflies over in Peking and that butterfly part, they're flapping their wings right now to determine what the weather pattern is going to be like 9 months later in New York City.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
See, when you latch into the real universe, when you look at a homeless woman or man sitting outside, no education, no money, no place to take a bath, no place to change clothes, eating out of garbage can. If that person prayed for your mother that was in an automobile accident and Queen Elizabeth, who makes $360 million every 24 hours, just interest on her money, if both of them said a prayer, both of them move to the God's ear at the same speed. There's no such thing as a queen's prayer and a homeless person's prayer. It's your ego that makes you look at a person that God made and see less than a human being. Oh, you pay for that. Not by God. God ain't no pit bull. That heart, there is no such thing as a queen's heart or a king's heart. Why? Well, queen's heart. See, the universal God made men and men made kings. The universal God made queens and men made women and men made queens. The difference between a man and a king and a woman and a queen is the way you wrap the gift. I'm dating your sister, man. I want to prove to her I love her. So I stop by Target and get her like $50 worth of gifts, and I go by Saks Fifth Avenue and pay them to take them labels out, put Saks Fifth Avenue, and gift wrap it. I take, oh, he loves me. No, baby, that gift ain't what you think it is. So when y'all walk down the street tomorrow, especially y'all with your children in college and them top jobs, and see a homeless person, when that universal God look at them, they both see the same. They don't see no educated or uneducated. They see two human beings that I created. They don't see a drunk or this or that. If you raided a homeless area today and took their organs, that's worth $250,000 per. You see a homeless person, they see organs. And so if you had $30 billion worth of diamonds and it fell into pig doo-doo, the diamonds don't lose their value. All you got to do is clean up the pig doo-doo. When I'm out there homeless and can't read and can't write and have no money, the universal God don't see that. They see me just as you. All I got to do is clean this up. You buy a $10 million Rolls Royce, they all know $10 million. But if you bought it, you got a $30 spark plugs in there, and all I got to do is take one of them spark plugs out, and your whole Rolls Royce shuts down.
Well, I want to ask you this, man. What you saying? Like you reading my mind or something like that. Like, what is your take on Rachel Gentile then? Trayvon Martin. Rachel Gentile, I believe her name was, the witness. Like, you know, the young black woman. Yeah, that testified.
Well, I never trusted her because I don't understand why she said he used racial terms. What's that about? You just volunteer that? What's that about? But now, just close your eyes and get a good look at her right now. Yeah? All y'all listen, let's close your eyes. See her? And so the other day when that $400 million lottery was won, had she run it, now keep your eyes closed and tell me what you see. She called you up and said, I heard you. I saw you on TV. I sure want you to take me to the prom.
Oh, you wrong for that one, brother. Oh, my God.
See what ego will do?
Yeah.
What created you is the same that created Queen Elizabeth. A penis went into a vagina, and out of that penis came 500 million sperms. And they run responsible for you and me and Queen Elizabeth. is the sperm that outran 500 million sperms. So nobody should tell me I'm special. Wasn't no one sperm came out and slowly floated up the fallopian tube. It hit the ground running. And if I came to Memphis and y'all had 500 million restaurants and you took me to the best one, I know I'm in for a good meal.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's about. And when a country can reduce you down to believe you ugly, okay, and then you fall for it. Condoleezza Rice put rouge on. As dark as she is, she gonna put some red on her cheeks. If you think they just reserve this filth treatment for Obama, well, what about her? She has more PhDs than Bush's whole cabinet, and they called her Condi. They called her Dr. Right. Henry Kissinger ain't nothing but a thug and a criminal. He talked to Dr. Henry Kissinger.
Right.
And so they never called Maddie Albright Maddie. And she tolerated it.
Was she the one that warned Willie Brown? I mean, I heard somebody told me.
Well, the reason I don't talk about that because I don't want nobody to go kill her for that warning. That's why I stay away from that.
Okay.
But if I could see Condoleezza Rice now, I'd say, Dr. Rice, I'd like for you to do me a favor. I'd say they got a soda pop at the grocery store that's darker than you, and they call it Dr. Pepper. If you go to the store and ask for just a pepper, they give you a chili pepper. I'm just so happy I'm here. Y'all just call me anything you want to call me. But you got some young folks coming up.
That's right.
They breaking away. Whoever believed when we was putting down folk because they had their cap on backwards. You don't see no caps on backwards now. They didn't straighten them up because you was upset. They don't give a damn about you.
Right.
You don't know my pain. I don't know your pain. So how you gonna comment on something you don't know about just cause my color? You don't know me. If a white woman with a PhD makes 78 cents on the dollar compared to a white dude, what do you think a black woman is making? And you worried about, you won't talk about that disparity. All you folks that call up talking about the brothers with their pants, I never heard you talking about the drug disparity. A black person could get life for some crack, and a white boy could have a ton of cocaine, and you get probation and go to a clinic and don't behave yourself for 6 months and it's expunged off your record, But y'all don't want to talk about that. And we don't want to talk about the fact that the Congressional Black Caucus voted for it.
Right.
Because they slipped it through Congress at 12 midnight. And I'm too embarrassed to say I didn't know. Nobody told me that they said we got to vote quick. So that's where we are. And everybody talking about what Narod, that's his name, the New York Yankees. And somebody asked me last night at the seminar, how come the black athletes are not using them steroids? Well, they've been known for a long time that them type of steroids make you pee-wee shorter. Man, I'm not taking that. If I could hit 500 home runs a week, y'all keep it. The story behind that, that comes out of what's the big country over there in South America produce so many baseball players?
South America or like Latin America or
the
Dominican Republic.
It's legal over there. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, but it makes sense.
It's legal.
Okay.
And they these big baseball owners here. They got these thugs over there, man. They spot a little dude 4 or 5 years old. They put him on steroids and then bring him over here. That's where they make the money, man. Bring him over here. That's what people want. You think the owner don't know they taking that?
Oh, I definitely agree. I remember with Mark McGuire, in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch back in '98, he admitted to using androgen, which was outlawed, I believe, in the NFL, but it was nothing on the books about it.
Yeah,
they punishing him for doing it. I don't understand. They punish him, but they allow it to happen, like with Barry Bonds. I mean, this stuff, they probably taking stuff now they don't know about, you know.
Well, look. If you own the New York Yankees, right? Multi-billion dollar.
Right.
Okay? So when you signed me, I was wearing size 7 cap. And now 5 years later, you re-signed me, I'm wearing size 24.
That's right.
Did you see my head get big?
Right. Exactly.
No, that's a game, man. And so somewhere, when we stop and think about, this 50th anniversary of the King speech, when King was assassinated, 50% of everybody living in America, they wasn't born then. 70% of the people on the planet wasn't born then. And that's why these shows are good, because if you don't keep repeating and repeating and repeating, then you got 70% of people don't know who I am. Okay. And so again, so we've been on 3 hours?
Yeah, I mean, we can wrap it up. But I just want to ask you one thing about the Trayvon Martin thing, because now there's a thing going around saying that Trayvon never existed, and that his brother is actually Trayvon. The older brother is actually Trayvon Martin.
Well, you see, you know what permits that? All those things we talked about today. That leaves a way open for that to get through. Be it true or not.
Yes, sir.
That's not people's fault. That's the authorities who leave. Why are 5 of the people that was there that night when they found them, why are they not with the police department no more?
And are they still alive? I don't know how they still alive. It'd be interesting.
They might not be, but listen. What's her name? The supposed to be one of the greatest psychics ever lived, Jean Dixon.
Okay.
You familiar with that name?
I'm familiar with the name. He was
man.
Okay.
Daily come, and 18 months before Kennedy was shot, she said, I see dark clouds around Kennedy's head in Dallas. If I was him, I wouldn't go there. 18 months before. Then he gets shot, and then her column runs again. If my mama was alive, she'd think she sit at the right hand of God. No, then the truth comes out, and she's on Hoover's payroll. Hoover would give her heads up on his targets.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's another show altogether then. As you already know, you're very familiar with that guy.
But here's what I'm going to leave you with.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know that, if I was coming by your house or you was coming by my house and I had dinner, well, you special, man. So, I tell the folks, go to the butcher shop.
Right.
You know how crazy you got to be to buy meat at Safeway. I wouldn't buy no meat at no store that sell more bleach than they do chickens. If I go to the butcher shop, that's how they make their living. They better not sell me something that mess me up. I'm not coming back. So the butcher shop, my special friend. Go to the butcher shop and get you these good cuts. Good cuts. And then we're sitting, we're talking. It's fresh, right? You ever heard of ground beef?
Yes, sir.
That's when you make them grind it up in front of you. When McDonald's, who's selling billions of pounds of hamburger meat, you don't know what goes into that. If I'm going to make 500 pounds of ground beef, I can put anything in it, man. Shoes, paper, it swallows it up. Huh? You remember when you was a little boy, you eat candy, and sometimes the paper be stuck to the sucker, and you get it in, and you just eat it and then spit the paper out, right? Now, when I go to the butcher shop, I watch them. When I go to Russia, I take people who I'm with to the butcher shop, and when they stand in line and get their meat, they got a table that you put it on and open up your package so you can look at your meat and see if it was fresh. So now, fresh, that makes sense, don't it? Fresh steak, fresh ribs, crushed pork chops. Well, when they're dealing with organs, you know, you got to wait in line till they get to your number. No. The older the organ is, the less life it have in it. Mm-hmm. So if you get a fresh organ,
yes, sir,
you live 20 years longer than someone who's been one of them stale ones. So when Cheney got his new heart, I said to my wife, you know, Trayvon was just killed the other day. I wonder what heart is that he got.
Oh, my God. Wow.
And in order to take your heart, when I put my hand in blood, is that a blood sacrifice?
Yeah, it is a blood sacrifice. Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna see if I see Cheney on the basketball court, then I know that's his heart. So everything you have. Now the difference between me and you, there's certain things I will discuss with you off the air. I won't discuss on there because it's too easy for the government to wipe you out.
Yes, sir.
Did you hear what he said? You're crazy, my brother. Yeah, sure, he's crazy. Yeah, he's crazy. And so, you know, when they say God, they say Jesus, God fed the multitudes. Jesus took 5 fish, 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh, come on. That's magic. Come on, God. I know for powerful. You just, God. You just say, boom, and open up your hand, and there's a nice apple cobbler. I know the power. What's this stuff about? What is this about? You, the boss, trillions of years you've been in charge, even longer than that, and you ain't never made a mistake and put my toenail where my eyelashes should be, or put my eyelashes where my ears should be. I know who you are, boss. I don't know if you're a man or woman. I assume you both. But this is. And I had a cousin, man. I mean, he read the Bible and lived by his interpretation of it. You know, Mary was 13 years old when she was pregnant with Jesus. Are you aware of that?
Oh, that's wow. Okay.
Huh?
13 years old? 13.
You know how many women was on the planet when the universe of God picked her? Then my cousin said, if God pick a 13-year-old girl and impregnate her, don't tell me I can't chase a 14-year-old girl. Shut up. This is all you ignorant folk talking about children having children. Well, say that to God that put that baby in her when she was 13 years old. Y'all crazy? These are children having children. Please. So when you get back to all your research and stuff, man, you got it, and just keep sharing. Money is not power. Education is not power. Information is power.
Brother Gregory, thank you so much for sharing your time and